Eiley, and my project is about wind energy. So why is this happening? Well, wind has a mass and is moving, and wind is it's free. It happens by itself. It's Earth, which means it's free. You don't have to pay for wind. You just have to pay for the things to make the energy out of it. So that's why it's happening. Produces energy by converting the kinetic energy of air into motion, the air in motion into electricity. Solar energy causes wind, and wind is a clean and renewable energy source that is free. Does not deplete natural resources either, which is good. So who's benefiting from this? Wind energy can provide income for farmers and ranchers and economic benefits to communities. It is readily available. Maybe not every day, if some days are going to be windier than others, but whatever. And China is currently uses the most wind energy in the world, I believe. Homeowners, farmers, ranchers, big industries make use of clean distributed wind energy to pump water to lower electric bills and reduce air pollution. What effects are we experiencing, and what are we going to experience down the road? So overall, there's really minimal effects on the environment. It's non-toxic, it's not polluting the air, it's not wrecking water. Some residents that live near wind farms said they have wind turbine syndrome, including headaches, sleep problems, and night terrors. But I didn't find much about that, so I'm not really sure how they're getting headaches and wind terrors from it. I don't really know. Wind energy has good effects by not polluting the air or the water. Are there certain parts of the world or ecosystems experiencing these effects to a higher degree than others? Kinda, yeah. Depends where you were located. So areas with like flat fields, round, smooth hills, or open plains of water that use wind energy benefit more just by having the place to put like a wind turbine farm. Areas with consistent higher wind speeds are ideal for maximizing energy production. Texas is the #1 wind energy state in the US. Surface friction also plays an important role in the speed and direction. What alternatives are now available or will be available? So wind is already in the alternative category. So it is an alternative energy source. Solar power is another one, hydroelectric, geothermal energy, pretty much everything else. But like wind is already in the alternative category, so I'm not 100% sure what alternatives are for wind, because we already have any other energy source that came before wind, I suppose. What are some pros and cons of these alternatives? So renewable and clean energy, low operating cost, efficient use of land space, creates jobs. Cons, it's noise and visual pollution. Wind power is remote. Those are pros and cons about wind energy. Pros and cons about the alternatives. I'm not really sure because wind is already an alternate energy source. So if we didn't have wind energy, we'd just stick with solar power, which is also a good source of energy from the sun, which reduces air pollution and whatnot. What course of action would I pursue? I didn't really know what this question meant fully, but I would keep wind energy where it already is being used and add more where it can be used. Such a great, clean source of energy. Why would you get rid of it? Is my opinion. So one science concept is energy, and wind turbines use blades to collect the wind's kinetic energy. The blades turn and are connected to a drive shaft that turns an electric generator, which provides electricity. The blades that convert the wind into energy rely on what is called chlorine chemistry. Wind turbine blades made from chlorine-based epoxy resins help convert wind power into electricity. The formula for wind energy is So the second concept of wind energy is the physics concept, which is Faraday's law, the composition of the blades being used for wind energy. By Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, the EMF induced across a coil is directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux through the coil. According to Faraday's law, the wind provides the movement and torque and the generator does all the rest, creating all the electricity. It also depends on the density of the air, its mass per unit of volume as well. Factors that influence the power output are wind speed, density, and the blade radius. So here's a little thing I found: the lines of flux, the rotating shaft, the coil, the EMF that's induced, and the rotating magnetic field, which is the simple generator using magnetic induction to create wind energy.